Marco Rubio is on the campaign trail, and he decided to weigh in on some social issues like gay marriage in a recent interview. Let's listen.
On same-sex marriage, after the Supreme Court rule, obviously you were against the decision, but I believe, and I might be paraphrasing, but you pretty much considered it, well, it's settled law, or I don't know if those were exactly your words, but it was settled law in your mind. There are a lot of folks that believe they want to fight this, that they don't think that it's settled law, and they believe that the Supreme Court has erred in this, just like Dred Scott and some other
So it is current law.
Before.
It is not settled law. No law is settled. Roe v. Wade is current law, but it doesn't mean that we don't continue to aspire to fix it because we think it's wrong. And in the interim, until we can get a Supreme Court to overturn Roe versus Wade, we do everything possible within the constraints that it's placed upon us to confront it and certainly limit the number of abortions and save as many lives as possible. I think the broader question is, what is our role in terms of confronting it? And again, if you look at biblical lessons, the first thing is we are clearly called in the Bible to adhere to our civil authorities. But that conflicts with also a requirement to adhere to God's rules. Right. And so when those two come in conflict, God's rules always win. In essence, if we are ever ordered by a government authority to personally violate and sin,
God's rules always win. Who's God, Marco? There are thousands of them, and whose interpretation of that God, because obviously he's talking about Christianity, when you can get the KKK from the Bible and Christianity, and you can get MLK from the Bible and Christianity. Same religion. You get good people and you get bad people. But he's claiming God's rules always win, and we should use that to override secularism and the laws that we came up with democratically. How far does this go, man? How far does this go? So, for example, there's slavery in the Bible. Does that override man's law? There's a ban on interracial marriage in the Bible. How about that? Or how about things that you're violating right now? You never had shellfish? You never had lobster, crab, shrimp? None of it? Maybe an analogy, and maybe it is the case that he never had it. Okay, well, Marco, you shave. I see it. Your face looks like a baby's ass. So clearly, right there, you're violating God's law. It's an abomination in the eyes of God. Perhaps you should be put to death. Have you ever worked on Sunday? Come on, man. Come on. So that's the problem. The problem is you're talking out of your ass, and you want to base a system on ancient desert myths, which are not true and are honestly embarrassing and ridiculous. Guys, it's 2015. We got to get past this. And this goes for all the religions. This goes for Islam. This goes for Hinduism. This goes for Christianity. This goes for everybody. Stop saying, I have this old book that says shit, and I'm going to live my life based on it, because that's a wise thing to do. No, it's not. And then notice the trick they do. They try to shield it from criticism and call you a bigot if you call it out. Why would I not call it out? Faith is just an opinion. And it's not really a good one at that. So why is it you and I can have a disagreement over sports teams, over your favorite food, over your favorite TV show, whatever, and it's just, hey, you believe that, I believe this. But the second I say, hey, man, the thing with Moses part in this ad looks pretty fucking stupid. Oh, my, you bigot. Not only should you not be able to criticize that, we should base laws on that, and you should live under my interpretation of said stupid book and shut the fuck up about it and not complain. No, it's as they play the victim, they are the oppressor. It's the oldest trick in the book. It's the same fucking argument that happened during segregation. It was the white establishment in the South that were keeping blacks down, who were whining about our rights are being taken away because black people want to be treated equally. I have a right to keep them down as second-class citizens, goddammit. No, but you don't. You don't. You're spoiled, pampered little pricks, and it's about time that somebody came out and said, you want to be religious? Fine. But that's your religion, and it stays in your house, and you don't get to impose it on us via law. Could you imagine how arrogant that's like me saying, I am going to have state-sanctioned atheism, religion is not allowed anymore, anywhere, and oh yeah, all of you are going to be forced to read a Richard Dawkins book at gunpoint. That would be fucking ludicrous, right? So why is it not equally ludicrous when Marco Rubio says, God's law overrides secular laws, and we get to implement our interpretation of Christianity on everybody else, and you have to abide by it because that's the law? Why is that, not also viewed as insane and backwards? What people apparently are having trouble understanding is that secularism is neutrality. Secularism is the compromise. Why? Because secularism allows for anybody to be anything they want as long as they're not imposing it on other people. So we have a secular government. What do you want to be? You want to be a Hindu? Go right ahead. You want to be Buddhist? Go right ahead. You want to be Muslim? You want to be Christian? You want to be a Scientologist? You want to believe in absolutely nothing? You want to believe in the flying spaghetti monster? Whatever the case is, you get to do whatever you want and believe whatever you want. Nobody's going to force you to believe otherwise. The only thing you can't do is force those beliefs on other people. And the only thing you can't do is commit obvious crimes and pretend like you're allowed to get away with it because of your religion. Like if you kill somebody and say, it's okay, my religion allows for it. No, that doesn't matter. You have to abide by the secular laws either way. But the point is, that's the middle ground. Because anything else is one religion saying, we are going to force you to submit to our belief system. Whereas secularism says, freedom, everybody do whatever the fuck they want, just don't force your shit on other people. There's only one answer here, guys, and it's secularism.